You didn't ask for it. You probably didn't even want it. But too bad, we're doing Ewoks tonight.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another Ewoks-tastic episode of Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Drew.
And we are back with Ewoks Season 1, Episode 4, To Save Deej. Yep. It's been a while since we've done an Ewoks episode. I feel like it's been like over a year.
Has it really?
I haven't looked it up, but I think it's been like well over a year since we've done an episode. So,
you know, when we have problems scheduling, when we pull out the Ewok
yeah,
cards.
like we don't know what to do. We're like, let's do an Ewoks episode.
But before we get too far, there's a
what?
couple announcements.
We do?
Yes.
Oh.
Next week.
Oh, yeah.
We are not doing a live podcast episode.
We're not doing any podcast episode.
Yeah.
So it's Thanksgiving, and we're just going to take a week off because we can. It's our show. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, and it's Thanksgiving, and we're living... I mean, it's the day before Thanksgiving when we have done a live stream, and I know you guys want to sit with your family and listen while you're prepping the turkey and stuff, but I got to prep a turkey. I don't know, Jeremiah, are you prepping a turkey?
Me? No.
Probably not.
I don't even have any plans. I might just...
You don't have any plans at all?
No.
You want to come over and help me prep a turkey Wednesday night?
Not
Well, that'd be kind of fun.
What do you got to do to prep a turkey?
I gotta
soak in brine?
Yeah, I like make a brine and stuff.
You just mix it in the water and put it in. You don't need my help for that.
It's called hanging out.
Oh.
You're like, oh, you got this. I'm just gonna stay home. Okay, fine. Jeez.
How big of a turkey you getting?
20 pounders. I like the smaller ones, and here's why: because it fits my trigger better.
And when you say small ones, what do you mean by small? Like 12 pound?
Yeah, sorry, 12 pounders. Like, because I like to do the spatchcock method.
So you split it and lay it flat?
Flatter out, yeah. So, yeah. That's
fun.
But I also might make some venison because I got a deer, so I might. I don't know.
Venison's disgusting, so.
Okay, well. Anyways, with that also, Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Happy Star Wars Christmas was yesterday.
Oh, yesterday was Life Day?
Yeah, yesterday was Life Day, you guys. Happy Life Day.
I can never...
It's the 14th.
Remember that.
Of November.
So, I don't know. So, hopefully Chewie's celebrating.
They did release the Black Series version of Life Day Chewie.
Oh, they released yesterday, or is that...
I don't think it was released yesterday. It was announced like the other day, but
I saw it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But,
so happy Life Day, everyone.
Yep.
Yeah, that was it. That was all.
All right, cool. Well, now that you did your part, before we get into the rest of the show, there's something else. Because we had a Q&A last week.
Oh.
And Drew did not finish last week's episode, so he doesn't know what this one's all about.
Perfect.
But last week during the Q&A section, I think it was Garrett asked us if we thought any of the Star Wars trilogies was better than better than the How to Train Your Dragon series trilogy.
Oh.
And so I asked that in the Spotify Q&A. Is the How to Train Your Dragon trilogy better than any of the Star Wars trilogies? That was the question that I asked the fans.
Oh, okay.
We got 5 answers. First up, Elias says, yes, better acting, better score. I'd say the story for both of them are pretty close, and only because I have nostalgia factor with How to Train Your Dragon. But overall, Star Wars is not better.
Okay, Elias, what the heck, bro? What?
Mood Stop Gaming says, I enjoyed How to Train Your Dragon. I think that's implying he liked it, but it's not better than.
Yeah, that would be my take too.
Jonathan says there are a few things worse than the sequel trilogy, so How to Train Your Dragon is definitely better than that. Nate the Great says it's not better than the Star Wars at all. And Nate Keeney says the How to Train Your Dragon is 100 times better than the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
So those are the answers that we got. And I
don't think I've ever seen the full trilogy of How to Train Your Dragon.
You haven't, bro?
I don't think so. Maybe I have. Okay, wait, let me think. First one is when he gets toothless. Second one,
I don't remember the other 2 movies. Like, I've seen them, but I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say the second one. I don't know.
I remember how the trilogy ends, but that's it.
Oh, you don't want to spoil it for me?
No.
Wait, does it? Maybe I don't want to spoil it.
Don't spoil it for anyone.
All right. Well, we're not the How I Train Your Dragon podcast.
All right. Cool.
There's probably one out there though. Go check it out. Tell them Empire Radio sent you.
Right. All right, but you're not here for How to Train Your Dragons. You're here for Ewoks.
I don't know. I feel like.
So yeah, Ewoks season 1, episode 4, and there's like 20 episodes a season. So we'll be doing these for a while when we only do them once a year. So
we got 20 years worth of
when
content.
When we're like
they're waiting for us.
When we're like in our 70s, we'll still be doing it. Back when Mandalorian season 87 comes out and all that stuff. So
87.
You never know, dude.
I saw a mock-up
Grogu,
poster
he's gonna be around for a while. So
did you see that mock-up poster of like the movie that is coming out? The Dave Filoni movie. Someone did like a mock-up of like what it would look like. It looked pretty cool.
Oh, I've seen a million.
Yeah.
Things ever since the movie was announced.
Instagram. Maybe I didn't.
But
well, now though.
Anyway, we might as well just jump into scene by scene.
We're not gonna do like our overall thoughts.
Oh
on the episode,
what are your overall thoughts of this episode, Drew?
Okay, well, first of all, if you guys have been a long time listener, you know that Miles used to love this show. This was his jam. He would dance when the music came on. He loved the show, so I turned it on. The first thing this boy did, no. Like he did not want to watch it. He wanted to watch probably Paw Patrol or something different. He was like, no. I was like, no, we're watching this. I have to watch this, dude. Like we're watching this episode. And then so we started watching it, and he was like glued because like now he's not 1 anymore. He's 2. He's understanding more of like themes and concepts and like language. He understands a lot. So like he was like watching it and he was like glued for the first like 10 minutes of it. I was really impressed. And then he got bored. but he laughed really hard when his brother gets bit by the
oh gosh
on the butt. He died laughing.
That's funny.
So it was cool. Overall I thought it was I don't know, it was fine. I didn't know that he had that many siblings.
Yeah, and
that was his dad
too. Like
I don't know if his brother looks like his dad.
But I didn't know. Do we see his dad before in previous episodes?
I think he's always been there, but we didn't realize that was his dad.
Because like I recognize the name Deej because Deej is his dad's name.
Yeah,
but like I don't think it was ever stated that Deej was
his dad. No, not up until this episode. And like I've seen the whole season and season 2, but I've never actually really paid attention. You know, it was always just like on the background.
Right.
So like when I was actually watching, I'm like, wait, hold up, that's his brother. He looks like the same age as his dad. And then like it was kind of, and then his other brother is like,
Willie.
I just feel bad for the little kid. Like he just gets bullied, even though he's like, oh, he always stinks with his stomach. I'm like, bro, you don't look much smaller than your
I don't
brother,
know.
my
I feel
guy.
like Willie is the middle kid, not younger than.
No,
I think
yeah,
Wicked's the youngest.
yeah, Wicked's the youngest one. But overall, it was a fun, carefree episode.
I don't know. I feel like this episode was like the most like. Well, it's probably, okay, of the 4 episodes that we've watched, I don't remember the first 3 at all. Really,
You don't remember the baby episode, the Giants, the last one we did?
vaguely. I remember then you see like the Grinch looking guys and stuff, but like I don't remember any of
Which
the
are like
stories.
the big bad.
But
No, I
like,
think this one's better than the last episode we broke
but this
down.
episode was like it was just very like very kiddish. There wasn't like anything.
You knew
It
the
just
outcome was gonna be the same.
well, the story was it was very like set up
Yeah.
like conveniently. Like the one brother Willie,
Everything
he
we
he
hate.
drinks that potion and starts floating, and he uses that to his advantage to go up the tree that one time. Like that was a very convenient
I really want that
accident.
potion. Just float
Fizz,
around.
fizzy lifting drink from Willy
Yeah.
Wonka. That's where they stole it from.
Oh. Well, what came out first though?
Willy Wonka. That was like early 70s.
Was it really?
Yeah, dude.
That was. Do you like the first one or the newest one?
I've only seen the original one.
You've never seen the one Johnny Depp?
No.
Oh, I think you have some homework over the holidays, man.
Nope, I'm good. I have no desire to watch it.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I might see the new one though that's coming out with
I
Timothée
kind of like the
Chalamet.
concept of the new one.
The prequel one. That
Yeah.
seems kind of cool. But
It's like a musical, I think, maybe.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Maybe. But yeah, this episode was just kind of the beginning part was really like, oh, like this episode is gonna be terrible. I couldn't. Those first 5 minutes, that was rough for me. Like trying to get through.
The first 5, I feel
Yeah.
like the
But
end
then
5
it
was-
got a little bit better because it was kind of like world building with these new like creatures and stuff. But I don't know. It was okay.
the chat's like, oh, you guys should just watch Bluey. Okay.
No, he's asking if Miles watches Bluey.
Yeah, but then he said I should watch it with you.
No, he's talking about Willy Wonka. I should
Oh,
watch it.
I was like, you should watch Bluey.
I have no idea what that is.
What? It's
Is it like
I like Bluey.
a spin-off of Blue's Clues or something? I don't know.
No.
I don't know
Bluey's a
anything.
really nice, carefree kid show, but it's like all about imagination and their dogs. But what's cool about it, what a lot of people don't realize, is that the art style and the color is designed in the same color spectrum that dogs can see, so dogs can actually watch the show.
They don't know what dogs can see.
Well,
That's not a thing. How do they know?
That's what they're saying, but it's really cool. I like Bluey. It's an
All right.
Australian show, so they have cool accents. We love accents.
Some more than others. But
Anyways.
if you're from Australia, send in a voicemail. We'd love to hear from you. Who was it?
Yes.
We used to get voicemails from someone from Australia, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Like a few times or something. I can't remember who it was. If you're still listening, I know that like the top 5 countries that listen to us, like one of them is Australia. So I know there's quite a few listeners from Australia that are still listening. So if you're listening, send in a voicemail. We'd love to hear
What is it?
your
Australia, UK, and
Canada and Germany.
Germany is a big one.
Yeah, Germany. Come on, where have you been? Like,
Yeah, send in voicemails.
we get voicemails from all the other countries except for Germany. Come on.
We used to get this cool guy from like Mexico, remember?
That one time.
Yeah,
From
but
Mexico, then immigrated to Canada.
yeah,
and
that
we-
guy. Dude,
and
send
we-
in another voicemail. We know
That
you're
was-
still listening.
That was our first, like,
International.
maybe. I can't remember. But that was like early on, like the first like summer that we had, the first year that we were getting voicemails.
That guy was really cool.
But anyway, Ewoks.
Ewoks.
So Wicket and his family, there's fishing. Hanging out at the pond, fishing. Slow day, like most fishing excursions. It seems like where you go and they're not biting. It's always cliche, like in the stories, like fish aren't biting. You never have a story where everyone's casting in and they're getting a
They're just
fish every
slaying
time.
fish.
Yeah, that never happens.
Yeah. But that's why they call it fishing, not catching.
Is that what they say?
That's what they say when you don't catch anything. You say, well, that's why they call it fishing, not catching, because yeah.
Right. So Wicket, he's bored and he wanders off. And he runs into this random troll thing in the bush. Like it was super weird. This character was just a weird character, like in this episode. But like every episode, we get like new creatures, new like aliens and stuff. So this is just another thing on the forest moon of Endor. So Wicket, he's preoccupied trying to talk to this guy, which later on we found out his name is Mring Mring,
Of course.
MRING, Mring Mring. But while that's happening, Wicket's dad, Deej, he's fishing and he gets a big bite. It's a giant, it looks like a pink sturgeon. Like this thing is
It's massive.
big, ugly looking fish. And everyone starts grabbing on the fishing pole, trying to pull it in. And Wicket, he's off in the woods. And then they start yelling, Wicket, get over here. Stop goofing off. Like, we need your help. And so he comes. And then, like, do they catch the fish or does the line break? I forget. But,
I think
like,
the pole braked and the line broke.
yeah.
I mean, everything they're doing, I was like, no, this is gonna break. You guys are doing this wrong the whole time. I was like,
Yeah.
they had like 4
So,
people pulling on one pole,
yeah.
and then someone on the string, and yeah, it was a mess.
So they all fall back, but then the dad, he falls back the furthest, falls over a log, and like falls onto these like
Mushroom.
blue crystal fungus on this tree and like hurts
Yeah.
himself. I'm like, what the heck's going on? So like this is a weird episode, guys.
It's weird.
And so like, oh no, like we gotta bring dad back to camp or back to whatever, the village, because he's hurt. And like the troll comes running out like, hey, can I help? I want to help.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, are you the one distracting Wicket? And we could use his help. Well, no, we don't want your help. Like the older brother, Weechi, says.
Mm-hmm.
And then Willie, other brother, he's...
Did you like that Wicked was like barking at him?
Huh?
So like before when he found the troll, he was like kind of barking, like kind of this
scaring at him. Like I was...
It was the same way he did with Leia.
Was it?
Yeah, like it was like the same sound and like hiding behind like the tree, you know, remember when he did that with Leia?
I don't remember the bark, but I would have to go back and watch that scene. But now you know Ewoks bark apparently. So
yeah, it was like a weird like rah, 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 kind of thing. I don't know.
Kind of sound like Chopper a little bit.
Yeah, no.
But then like Willie,
He makes a cool part when his other brother caught a little tiny fish,
like a piranha fish that like ate his fishing pole. Like
yeah.
What the heck?
And it was little too. He's like, oh, it's so cute. And then it just started eating the line, and then it ate the whole pole. It's like, oh, this is how we're starting.
So yeah, so that's Willie who did that, and like he's stuck on like a log, like on the side of the river. So everyone else leaves, and he's stuck, and then like the fish in the water jumps up and bites him, and that like makes him jump up high enough to get over the log, and he
bites him in the butt, and then he jumps,
runs back. But they go back to the village, and they bring Deej to Master Logray, the OG, the shaman guy of the village. and he's like, "Tell me again, what happened?" Like, yeah, there's this blue crystal fungus on this tree. He's like, "Oh, I've only heard of this once before, and we gotta save his life. There's only one way to do it." And like he starts like,
He had this like weird like vision dream thing.
yeah, like this. She started chanting and like calling out to like other like Ewok shamans or something, like to guide his thoughts or whatever. And he goes on like this like
Spiritual
this is weird.
journey.
This is like describing it is like seems like it's super intense, but it's just like this really kiddie show.
Yeah, but like honestly, like when I was watching this part, I'm like, dude, I don't think either of our parents would let us watch this.
When we were kids, yeah, maybe I don't
Yeah.
know. But like this chant that he's doing is like a poem kind of, and it's
Mhm.
like the three things that they have to go gather to make like the cure for Deej's illness, or whatever. And it's like need to get a star urchin, a lantern bird's feather, and an egg from the Frosh cave.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And they're like, and he's like, but you have to get him all before nightfall, because if you don't get before nightfall, he dies.
All the no, but it's like it would be the end of all the Ewoks too. That was like part of the chant.
No,
It would be the
I
chant made it seem like it was like if he dies from it, then everyone's gonna start dying from this.
I didn't catch that.
It was weird.
Yeah, it was a weird.
But either way, yeah, for some reason he had like a limited time only.
Which
And
is
then he
weird.
sends the
The three kids on
yeah,
a
like
dangerous journey to get these items. And
is that girl his sister?
no, was that like his crush or something?
That's what I thought,
I
but
forgot what her name was,
I don't
but I thought it was his crush,
so did I.
friend slash crush. Um, but yeah, but then we learned that there's dandelion warriors, and that's where the urchin,
Thumbnail comes from.
the star urchins they have to find, which we'll get to, and these are crazy warriors. We'll talk about that later. And if you saw the thumbnail on YouTube, you know what they look like.
Yeah.
But so while they're talking about going on this journey, Willie, he's messing around, and Logray made like some big giant like cauldron pot potion thing, and he just starts eating it, like drinking it. I'm like, you don't know what's in there.
Yeah. Apparently it smelled good enough. Well, he was like and he turned around and he's just chugging this boiling cauldron of juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he drinks it, and it starts to make him float in the air, like fizzy lifting drink from Willie Wonka. I'm like, this is random. I'm like, okay. And so Logray's all right. We're gonna tie these rocks to you to keep you down, so you don't float into the sun, type of thing. Oh, by the way, I think we've mentioned this in the previous episodes, but there's two suns because the episode opened up. There's two suns.
Oh, I think I missed that.
It's like the first scene, like it starts off and then it pans down
Mhm.
to the pond or whatever. But there's two suns, so I don't know if that's canon because the show's not canon. But I don't know if Endor has two suns. But yeah, so you don't want to get floating. You don't want to start floating up into the two suns of Endor. So you put two rocks on to keep them floating away. So they go on. They leave, and they still have a rope tied on Willie, so that when he starts, they can like drag him like a balloon.
Mhm.
It's kind of funny, but yeah, they start their journey, but then they're like, Weechi, the oldest, is basically, we gotta split up because we only got a certain amount of time. We gotta split up. And he's like, I'll go to the most dangerous one. You guys go do the other ones, type of thing. So Cool. So they leave. First up, Willie going after the lantern bird feather. So he's just walking through the woods, finds a lantern bird flying, which is basically a giant bird with a tail that is like a lantern. It's just a light. So he tries to climb the tree, but he can't. So he's like, "Oh, I got an idea." So he cuts the rocks off. And he just floats up the tree, up to the nest, jumps in the nest, finds a feather where there's a bunch of eggs, giant egg. Like these things are like bigger than him.
Yeah.
And while he's getting the feather, the mom bird comes back and sits on him and the eggs, so he's trapped. Like, okay, this is what we're doing. So
Yeah, we are.
that happens, and then next up is Wicket when he is looking for the star urchin. So we don't know exactly what that is, but he goes to this field and he's walking through it. He steps on like an urchin, which is basically like it's a gold, yellow, like spike thing. And he's walking around along, and then he starts hearing a yell for help, and it's Ring Ring tied to a tree stump
Of course.
with a bunch of these yellow spikes. Like, oh, the dandelion warriors, they captured me and they're using me as target practice. Like,
Typical Tuesday.
okay, like this random guy just comes in at the beginning of the episode, and then he's just randomly captured by the place that Wicket was
Supposed to
going
be.
to. So,
Convenient
whatever.
writing.
And it was really funny because have you seen the movie Tomorrow War? It's an Amazon original film with Chris Pratt. Where
No,
like
I've heard of it, but no, I've not.
so it's basically soldiers from 30 years or whatever in the future go back in time. Like, hey, we're attacked by aliens. We need everyone's help, and they do this thing where like they do a worldwide draft to like time travel to the future to like fight these things. But like these aliens, they shoot these spikes. And
Oh,
I literally
really?
watched that movie last night, and then I watched this episode, and it was the same exact type of spike, like size and
Huh.
shape. It was kind of funny. It's actually a pretty good.
Is it a good movie?
It's actually pretty good. There's some little like things that are like a little convenient writing, but like it was
Is
actually
it
really good.
new?
It came out a couple years ago, I think.
Hmm.
Last year, maybe 2 years ago or
I've
something.
heard of it, but I've never seen
It's
it.
actually worth the watch. Like it actually has a
Really?
cool little like unique time travel thing that I've never seen in a story before.
Mm.
It's like a little detail you learn in passing about the time travel in this story, which is kind of cool. But it's actually a really good story. Has what's his name? The guy from Spider-Man, J whatever Jameson, the reporter guy.
Oh, James.
That actor, what is his name?
Uh,
Whatever, he's in it, and then you have like um other people in it, but it was actually pretty good. So, but it was just funny that I watched this movie.
it was like the perfect timing.
J.K. Simmons, is that his name?
I'm gonna look it up.
Or, I think it's J.K. Simmons is the actor. He's in it. Dude. That guy's like in his 70s, and he's ripped in this movie, dude.
Really?
Dude, he's jacked. But yeah, it was just the whole Spike thing. I was like, that's really interesting that both of these stories I'm watching in one sitting had these spikes. But yeah, so these dandelion warriors, they come back, and they're basically these blue. It's like they look like giant dandelions just standing in the field, like 6 feet tall, 7 feet tall, like blue stalks, big giant yellow poofy top flowers. But they're actually these warriors, and they like wake up and like they have like beaks, and there's like big giant yellow afros, and they fling their heads forward, and spikes come out, and they are shooting at Wicket and Ring Ring, and they got to find. So these spikes are the urchins. and they got to find a star urchin, and they don't know what that is. So they're just like
J.K. Emmett
Simmons.
Simmons.
Is it
J.K.
Simmons?
Simmons.
I think it's the Simmons. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but so they get behind a log and like, all right, what are we gonna do? Like, you go, we'll do this, we'll do this. So one guy's getting chased while the other one's trying to find the star urchins, and so when they're shooting all these yellow spikes at the two, like one of them hits a tree and then turns into like a star, like a starfish looking type thing that's yellow. Like, there it is, and so they grab it and get out of there. So I don't know those. What do you think of those dandelion warriors?
They're cool looking.
You like them?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was cool concept. It some of the creatures in the show are just so unique, and like Endor is just a interesting planet. Just it's like very magical,
Right.
like really magical.
I don't know. I just wish I don't know. I wish some of this stuff like was more
Real
of these creatures were in the movie in
in Star Wars.
Return of the Jedi. Because we
Yeah,
see it
like
in the Ewoks live action movies, like some of these.
some of the creatures, like the giant, right? Maybe.
I think so. But then we also see this regular farm animals too that you hated.
Yeah, but then we also got like one of the first witches.
Oh yeah, like real life, like live action witches, and
Mm-hmm.
like if they made like an Endor show, that'd be cool to like.
Live action, like, but that like really done well.
Yeah, or like
I'd
even
be down.
we got the witches of Dathomir from the Ahsoka series that are now they came from Peridea into our galaxy. Like maybe they take an adventure to Endor and they find some witches on Endor or something. They're still
Dude,
there. That would be cool.
some real zombie Ewoks.
Maybe.
Because remember Battlefront 2 when you could play the Ewok? It literally felt like zombies, man.
Right. So
Because you couldn't see them, and that was a cool game.
I think it would be cool if they took some of these like ideas from the show and the movies, the Ewoks
Mhm.
movies, and like actually like went back to Endor with witches and like kind of confirmed some of this stuff. Like
That'd be sweet.
that'd be cool just to like give a nod to the show, these
Mhm.
non-canon shows and movies. But
How mad would Andrew be if they announced a live action Ewok show?
I don't know, dude.
They started with the same theme song, but live action.
It'll be like a play on it. It'd be like kind of like the new Spider-Man movies. Like they take like the show and cartoons or whatever from like
Yeah.
whatever, and they just redo the theme in a
Yeah.
similar. They do that, but with the Ewoks, like
Yeah.
Ewoks, like.
It'd be awesome.
I wonder if he would notice, like, because it would just be the melody. It wouldn't be like saying it. I wonder if he'd catch on right away.
Oh, he would. He remember how much he hated this
Yeah,
theme? Or
but
both
maybe he
you and me
doesn't.
both were like, actually, I liked it way more than the droid one.
I don't even remember the droid one at all. I don't remember
I don't.
anything other than C-3PO and some random guy found a lightsaber somehow, and that's all I remember. But
Oh, no, yeah. Maybe we should return to droids one of these days with Andrew.
one of these days, maybe in January when you're gone, we'll have Andrew
And
on for
droids.
doing that, and he does another EU with Andrew, but
Just
droids episode.
watching droids.
Yeah, but that was Wicket. So he got the second item that they needed. And so then it goes to Weechi going on the dangerous task of entering a cave and getting an egg or eggs from this cave from the was it the Frach? What is it? Frach
Mm-hmm.
cave. So big waterfall, and he sneaks in, climbing in, and all that jazz. And then there's these giant orange lizards in there, and like at one point, like he jumps behind a rock because some lizards are coming to hide, and when he stands up, he's covered in these eggs. Like what?
They're like sticky.
They're like little like white like s'mores marshmallow size things that suck all over his body. He's like, oh, I got some eggs. I'm like, oh, that was.
Aren't correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't snake eggs like kind of glue like sticky?
I think they're soft,
They're soft for sure.
but I don't know if they're sticky. Maybe
For
when they
some
first
reason, I
come
always thought
out,
they were.
once they're laid, maybe they're sticky. But I don't think they stay sticky.
Mm. They're soft though, right? Like
I
they're
think so.
like.
I think a lot of reptile eggs are soft.
Mm. I only asked Jeremiah because he used to be a snake guy.
I had a pet snake. That doesn't mean I was a snake guy. I don't know.
Eh,
It's not like I
you had a
bred
lot of
snakes.
reptiles though, didn't you?
I had a
Did you have
gecko.
a gecko?
That's it. Gecko and a
What
snake.
was the gecko's name?
I think it was like Yoshi or something like that. I don't know.
Good name, solid name,
But it
solid
was
gecko name.
Yoshi, which is a Japanese name, but it was an African gecko type from Africa, like
Oh,
an African gecko with a Japanese name. But I
what was
guess
your snake's name? Steve.
Bob,
Oh, close.
Steve.
Close enough.
Who would name their snake Steve? Bob
Yeah,
is way more
definitely
reasonable.
Bob
Drew.
is very more realistic name.
But yes, he gets these eggs. And he's trying to get out, but then he starts getting chased by these lizards. And
Slash
he gets
alligators, kind of.
giant alligator lizard things, and then he kind of gets stuck on this ledge, and he's like, the ground is slippery, and so he's trying to run, but he just stays in place.
I was so confused.
And he's like, "Oh, the ground's slippery," so he starts like sprinting even faster, and like he doesn't go anywhere.
yeah, I'm like, what? And then he finally like was able to like move, and then
Something, and
more
then like
came.
then he's like, "I can't run forward up this hill because these lizards are coming from both directions," so he jumps off the ledge into the river
Yeah,
and waterfall.
and he
And
goes
then
down like 4 waterfalls.
something like that. And then he like lands like on a tree, like in the middle of the waterfall. So he's just hanging there. And so while this is happening, like Wicket and Willie are on their way back to the village. But then like one of their friends is like, "Oh, Ouija's not back yet. Like
Yeah,
he's not back." And they're like, "Oh, we gotta go rescue him. We gotta find him. Blah blah blah." And so they find him. They throw him a rope. He grabs rope and he just swings over. And then, but they're still on the ground, and they start getting chased by these lizards again. And they try to climb this ledge, and they're falling down. And then Willie jumps down. And he's about to get eaten, and he just starts like yelling at the lizard, like, "No, you're not gonna eat me!" And the lizard's like, "Huh?" Like they're confused, like, "Okay, well, I guess we're not
like
gonna eat
stop
you."
thinking with your stomach. Like he was like saying everything that his older brother would yelling at him to do.
So at first those lizards were like, "Oh," basically like,
They're
"Okay,
like backing up.
yeah, like, oh, sorry, like we're embarrassed that we tried to eat you." And then they're like, "Wait a second, we outnumber this guy, and we're giant lizards. Like we can eat him." So they start chasing him again.
Yeah.
Like it was
It
just
was a
weird.
very kids show.
So then
moment.
they all climbed up on this giant tree stump, and so Ring Ring is there with them, and he's like, "Guys, I think I know how we can get out of here. I have special powers." I'm like, "Okay, here we go." And he's like, "I need you guys to think of a giant bird big enough for us all to escape on." I'm like, okay. So then they're all less like, basically like
Close
eyes
their
closed,
eyes.
squinting, like kind of like praying like, or whatever they're doing. They're just like imagining a giant bird. And this Ring Ring, who's like 2 feet tall, transforms into this
Like
gigantic
morphed into
bird.
this
Like,
giant bird.
this bird is like the size of an airplane. Like,
It's so weird.
what is going on? This is Star Wars? Like, I know there's some crazy stuff in Star Wars, but this is like the
This
weirdest thing.
is so weird.
And he's like, awesome, guys. Like, jump on. We can fly away. And they all jump on and they fly away. And then they get back to the village. And they're like, oh, do we still got time? Like, yeah, we still got time. The sun's still up. And so they rush into where Deej is with Master Logray. And he's like, oh, okay, good, perfect. You guys did well. And he gets all the things and puts in a bowl over a fire and like grinds it up. He's like, all right, take the blanket off him. Take off the blanket, and then he just pours this mixture all over
Across his body.
But like the bowl is literally the size of a cereal bowl.
Yeah.
And he pours it like it's like a 5-gallon bucket's worth of stuff in this thing. Which is the least crazy thing about this episode. So
yeah.
So then he wakes up. Deej wakes up and he's good to go.
Yeah.
And that's the episode.
That's the entire episode.
That's the entire episode. That's Star Wars back in 1985 for a kid show. That's what we got. So,
yeah.
If you haven't watched the episode, go watch it.
Go watch it, and then
at least just for the Dandelion Warriors thing, because those are.
I don't know, the giant transforming guy to a bird is kind of.
Yeah.
The animation for it was actually kind of cool, though.
Yeah, it was just kind of like he turned into like this weird like paint splat looking thing, and then grew and formed into this giant bird.
He like morphed.
What was? He kind of reminded me. What was it? Woody Woodpecker.
Yes, dude. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
In this episode, this bird was blue. So I was like, he looks like Woody the Woodpecker, which is a
because he had like an orange, reddish top too, like head.
Yeah, and so like that was a cartoon from the 90s that everyone
probably watched this and stole the idea.
Probably they stole the fizzy lifting drink. Then Woody Woodpecker stole
the design,
ring design.
Yeah, but you know what doesn't get stolen? You know what? Hey, I got a better one. You know what wouldn't make you go flying around after you drink it?
What's that?
Coffee.
Makes
you running around. Maybe you can not fall in that slip. Get stuck in that slippery spot.
Yeah, if Weechie had some really good coffee, he could have had a little bit better grip on the ground. And luckily, we have a great coffee option for anyone listening. They're our sponsors today. Wesley Andrews Coffee and Tea. They are our sponsors. Every episode we got them, and today again. And so if you want some great coffee, take a listen to this commercial.
Hey everyone, Andrew here. I'm pleased to tell you that the sponsor of today's episode is Wesley Andrews Coffee and Tea. If you don't know anything about Wesley Andrews, you definitely should. They're an award-winning coffee roaster and shop in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and they make fantastic coffee. The awesome thing is that whether you live in the Twin Cities or not, you can get their coffee beans delivered straight to your door by ordering them online. They even have a subscription service that ensures you never run out of amazing coffee. If you've been looking for some new coffee to try or a way to elevate your normal coffee routine, now's your chance. Head over to wesleyandrews.cc, use the code EMPIRERADIO, that's with a capital E and a capital R with no space at checkout, to get 15% off your first purchase of any bags of coffee or a coffee subscription. I can't think of a better deal. Get 15% off some great coffee, support a small business, and support your favorite Star Wars podcast. In the words of Emperor Palpatine, do it.
Do it.
Do it.
All right.
You know what, though?
What's
Jeremiah,
up? What's that?
Wesley is celebrating our 7-year anniversary.
This month? Or when is it
I
exactly?
think it's in 2 days. It's on Friday. Friday.
Cool.
We would be open for
any special
They're doing a latte art throwdown. So
Oh.
everyone gets in there, and there's like free drinks and free lattes, and people participate and try to make beautiful latte art, and whoever wins gets like a lot of prizes, like $100 worth of prizes.
Ooh, dang. So if you're, hopefully I'll have this up Thursday. And if
Yeah.
you're listening to this Friday, first thing,
And
and
you
you're
live
in the
in
Minneapolis, St. Paul area, drive over to the
and make sure you
shop.
say hi to me.
Oh, you're
'Cause
going to
I'll
be
be
there?
there. Yeah,
What
I'll be
time are
there.
you going to be there?
I'll be there when it starts. I don't think I'll stay the whole
It's
night.
like first thing in the morning you'll be there?
No, it's at the throwdown's at 7 p.m.
Oh, so it's after hours. Ooh.
Yeah, it's like a full party.
Oh, dang.
Like 100 plus people always show up, and
100 plus people. Holy smokes.
yeah, it's like wall to wall people in that small room.
Past capacity, so you're breaking fire code.
100%. It's crazy. And
So
then
if you work for Minneapolis inspections, don't swing by Wesley
well,
Andrews.
it's a private party that's open to the public.
A private party open to the public. I don't think that's how that works, but
Yeah.
all right, cool. Well, that was Ewoks.
That was.
Who knows when we'll do another episode? Maybe you're gone.
You got to get Andrew to do one with you.
No, it would be funny.
That'd be funny.
It would be funny if we got Grace back on to do an Ewoks episode. See what she would think about one of these episodes.
Yeah, because she's probably never seen any of it.
She hasn't seen it. She didn't even heard of it, and so
she's never. Oh yeah.
Maybe when you're maybe I can see if
gone,
Grace
you can just
wants
do an episode with her and
on Ewoks, see what she has to think.
Yeah.
So Grace, I know you are catching up on episodes. If you're listening to this one, hopefully,
maybe then she would have already watched it.
She loved it so much she binged it, and so
oh Lord,
she's like all gun ho about the show. And
I really think, depending on if we don't get a trailer coming up of a potential show, because isn't there rumors that we might get a trailer like Christmas time?
Probably. Skeleton Crew was rumored to be like end of February, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was supposed to come out this fall, but because of the writer's strike and stuff, like it got delayed. So, but the rumor was end of February, maybe like early March, we'd be getting the show. So, one of these days, by the end of the year, I think we're going to get a trailer. So, we have our schedule planned out, but nothing in our schedule is like it has to be, except for EU with Andrew.
Oh,
but,
what?
Huh?
I thought you meant Ewoks.
No. So we don't have Ewoks on our schedule yet, but we do have our whole rest of 2023 planned out. So, but any of those episodes would be easy just to delay and do a trailer. And I need new Star Wars stuff. Like,
yeah. I mean, we just got done with the Ahsoka, but I feel like it's been a while. Though.
I know. I feel like
we feel weird right now
because we had Bad Batch and The Mandalorian all at the same time. Like we had like I don't know what 3 months or 4 months straight of like shows that we did.
Oh yeah, dude.
And then we had like a little break, and then we had Ahsoka. Like, and you know,
I mean, it's good to like step back and do the other content that you guys enjoy, like top fives and books, and everyone loved that 4-hour episode of Andrew reading to us. Pretty much everyone loved that, which is just crazy that you guys.
I don't know about everyone. There was some people that thought it was the best. A few people made comments that it was the best, but
you have the most interactions of people saying they want more of that
on the YouTube version. Yes,
on
we
YouTube,
had multiple comments, but
so either way.
But
so
people also really love Grace's interview that we did a few weeks ago on YouTube. But that's like 2-3 times more views than we get on a normal episode.
What happens
So
when you add a girl to the mix?
yeah, so
It's just
because us
like
schmucks, we
Lucy's.
kind of
Remember you, Lucy's?
Lucy, yeah. So if you haven't go listen to Grace's episode of her interview, that was a great episode. We got a lot of views on that one, so go check that out if you haven't. Because
Maybe you should have Lucy and Grace break down a Ewok episode with you during winter break. That'd be fun. Lucy, if you're listening, which
Lucy,
you probably are,
that'd be kind of funny.
that would actually be cool. I would.
I don't know.
Wouldn't
Lucy,
that-
she's I don't know. She's like, ugh, Ewoks. Like she's way better than us. So like, I don't know if she would stoop down to that level, but we'll see.
I think that would be a fun episode. I would listen to that in Hawaii.
Oh, weird flex. You could be in Hawaii, but okay, for 10 days or
Honestly,
whatever it is.
honestly, there's a lot of other things I would rather spend that much money on, but
Hey, but you're gonna be eating seafood all week, dude. Fresh
Facts.
caught seafood.
yeah.
Do you have like
Maybe
any
swim in the
like
ocean a little bit.
tourist stuff that you're gonna be doing at all, or
Yeah, actually, we're gonna go ride jeeps where they
Of
film
course
Jurassic Park.
Of course, you would get in a jeep.
Where they film Jurassic Park, it's gonna be dope.
And Lost.
And Lost. But I
They
think
filmed,
actually
like,
Lost is on a different
half of
island.
all the movies in the world have been filmed in that same canyon.
True. But like this area is like, it's like come drive a jeep where Jurassic Park was. Like that's like the selling point.
That's cool.
So
Are you
that's
gonna do
gonna be
like
kind of fun.
the parasailing thing or anything like that?
No, we may go deep sea fishing, but I'm afraid I'm gonna get seasick. I don't know if I want to.
Do you get seasick?
I get motion sickness, like when it comes to I can't even sit in the back of a car without getting sick.
You and Miles alike. Now we know where
Yeah,
Miles
I
gets
know.
it.
Oh, I know. He hasn't, knock on wood, he hasn't puked in the back of the car in a hot minute. Honestly, probably since that day.
Oh, that was so bad, dude. I was smelling that. That was so gross, dude.
And that was like 3 days in a row when he did it too.
That's
He was
gross.
on a run. But anyways.
Anyway,
You guys don't know. Did we talk about that in the Empire Con episode?
we didn't have an Empire Con episode.
We had the
We had a
podcast.
Q&A, but we didn't
Q&A.
talk about that.
I thought we did.
But I know when Lucy did her interviews for her podcast,
Oh yes,
I did mention
Yes,
that
that's what it
incident.
was. I was like, I feel like I've heard it. You guys go check out Lucy's.
Have you been
episode.
listening to the
I've not. I need to catch up.
have you listened to any of it?
Oh, I listened to the first one.
Okay. There's been 8 episodes out, and she's been busy with school, so she's a little bit delayed on these last few episodes. But like, it's actually kind of banging. But,
Yeah.
dude, like there was I can't remember what it was, but there was one time I yelled out loud like, "Whoa!" Like what? Like I couldn't believe what happened.
Really?
Yeah. So
All right. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about,
go watch the VCU, the Voicemail Cinematic Universe fan film that we have on YouTube. It's great. It's amazing. And then go listen to Lucy's podcast where she does a sequel story to the VCU, and it's very good. So
yes.
go check that out. But yeah. Anything else about the Ewoks episode, Drew?
No.
All right, cool. Well, let's transition over to everyone's favorite time of the episode, voicemail time.
It's voicemail time.
All right. So we have 3 voicemails and then 1 email question. So we'll do the email question first from Elias. And he says, who would win in a fight? The Power Rangers or the Autobots? I think the Autobots would beat the Power Rangers any day. So it depends on what you mean by the Power Rangers. Are you talking about like just the people against the Autobots or like the Zords?
You have to
Against
do Zorgs.
Because like,
Gotta be a little fair.
but the thing is, like, I remember like watching the OG Power Rangers, and like when the Megazord, like when all the Zords came together and made the Megazord, like they were
huge.
taller than skyscrapers.
Yeah.
So like if we're doing that, Autobots, they're just like 30, 40 feet tall. That biggest one's like Optimus Prime. He's like the size of like a 2 or 3 story house. Like it's not.
Well, yeah, isn't he the size of if you put like a semi upright?
Right. So he's not that big. So like, even if you did the Zords just without making the Megazord, I think the Zords are still a lot bigger than Optimus
pretty
Prime.
close.
And so
especially like from the movie, like the Power Ranger movie ones, those are pretty big.
Right.
That was a good movie.
I think that the Power Rangers would win against the
Me
Autobots. Because, and also depends on what part of the story. If it's the first part of the story in a movie, then Optimus Prime gets his butt whooped every time. Every movie.
Oh yeah.
He gets his butt whooped, and then like he gets motivated. Dude, I watched the most recent one, the Beast one.
You did?
Dude, it's terrible.
You wasted your time.
I got a free subscription on Peacock or whatever, and it was on there. And I've watched every Transformers movie. I'm like, I might as well watch it because it's not gonna cost me anything. Dude, it was so bad.
No, like one of Stephanie's brothers, I'm not gonna say his name. He doesn't have the best taste in movies, and even he said it was okay. When he said that, I was like, "Oh, I know this is awful. Like, I know this is gonna be awful."
It was just bad. Like,
so I never watched it, but I don't need to. Like, it was. I just know. Did you ever watch the new Flash?
The movie?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'll eventually watch. Like, if I get a.
What is it out? It's got to be out now, right?
Well, it would probably be on HBO because they have all the DC on HBO.
You're right.
But I don't have.
You don't have Max right now.
Not right now. So. Like,
you watch. Do you saw Peacock?
I do. I think I have. So like Peacock is with. I think I have it for 2 years actually with my Comcast internet. I think so. But there's nothing on.
Dude, Five Nights at Freddy's is on there.
I don't care about that. I never played.
I kind of want to watch that movie, but
I don't. It's PG-13, so it's not going to be like too crazy. It's just jump scares, probably. Like,
well, that's the game. Have you ever seen the gameplay?
I know the game, but I have never played it. So like, I don't care about it at all. But yeah, Peacock, because Peacock is NBC. And NBC is notorious for not having good shows. And when they do have like a good show that you like, it gets canceled after first season.
Facts. But they have The Office on there.
Yeah, but I've watched
it. You can binge The Office. And they have New Girl on there too, right now. Have you seen New Girl?
No.
Whoa!
I know you said this before that you think I'd like it.
I think you like it. No.
I've seen bits and parts of it, and it's just like
everyone. It doesn't make sense until you start it. Once you start it, you'll love it. I know you will.
I don't know, dude.
I know your humor. I think you like it. It just takes a little bit to get into it, and then you can't stop watching. It's so good.
How many seasons are there?
It's like either 6 or 7, maybe 5 or 6, something like that. Dude, I love New Girl so much.
Like, I don't even watch TV shows anymore. Like,
recently, me and my wife have been getting into Gilmore Girls.
Oh gosh. So you mean Stephanie makes you watch Gilmore Girls?
No, actually, I made her because Stephanie's okay. She's in the other room. But I don't care. She's so bad at watching TV that you would be annoyed, Jeremiah. Because she's one of the people that she wants to know the ending. So if if it takes too long, then she'll just like either look it up or just skip to the end. And it's so frustrating. It's so like we were watching season 1 and I went hunting. And I came back and she's like, I'm on season 4. And it's 1, I don't understand it, and 2, it's like annoying. I'm like, Wait. Did you watch all of it? No. Okay. Well, duh, you don't understand. Like this. What? So I'm making her watch it over again because she didn't actually really watch it. New Girl's great. I'm telling you, chat's right. It's good. It's so good, dude. I think you love it. Do you ever watch Community?
No,
Really?
I usually don't watch comedies. Like
But you like Big Bang and The Office?
that's Big Bang Theory is the only one, and I watched The Office because I wanted to find whatever, and I enjoyed The Office, but it's like
What? Did you watch Friends?
no,
Really?
that was before my time.
You can go back in time and watch it.
But like, I even like it takes a lot for me to like want to watch a show, like
Mhm.
because there's so many shows out there, and
You're
they're
not
all the
wrong.
same, and it's like I don't care. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I'm the same way, and like it's so hard to find like a good show, and then once I do, I just want that.
But did you see the trailer that dropped today?
No.
What If season 2,
Oh, I didn't see the trailer, but I saw a poster.
December 22nd, and it looks like what they're doing is one new episode for 9 days in a row.
Oh, that's cool.
So, which is weird that they started on the 22nd. They should have done it so it ended on the 25th.
Yeah.
Or they should have had 12 episodes and then 12 days of what if things. But the
Okay.
trailer looks crazy. Like I don't even know what's going on at all. Like
They need to do a what if Star Wars. We've been saying this forever. But just do it. Like, why don't we just do it? It doesn't make any sense why.
but
Have the same
also
studio do it.
February Avatar: The Last Airbender live action
I have
series is
not
coming
watched
out.
the trailer yet, and I want to, but I kind of want to do a reaction.
It's too late now. It's been out for like a week.
That's true. I should
Nobody
probably just
cares
watch
now.
it
You gotta
after.
do that first day, have it out. But it looks good.
You're right.
Like, because you watched Lost, right?
Yeah.
So Jin is
Mhm.
Fire Lord Ozai.
No, I know the character. Like I've seen like the images. You know.
Like
It
I knew
looks
that, but he looks so
good.
good in that trailer as Ozai.
Really.
Like,
My only concern with it is that I guess the original writers and producers left in the middle of the show as they're making it because it wasn't going the direction they wanted it to go.
I don't know.
That concerns me.
This is what I'm gonna say, and this is gonna be a hot take.
Oh, I'm excited.
Hot take, but I think that the ending of the live action movie is better than the ending of the first season.
Bro, that movie was so terrible I don't even remember.
Because okay, I don't want to spoil the show, the cartoon show,
Don't spoil the show, but
but the
spoil that
movie.
horrible movie.
But in the movie at the end, Aang goes into Avatar state, and he takes out the Fire Nation.
Oh.
But he doesn't do that in the
Spoilers.
show. So I think that they got to keep that. That's the one thing from that movie that was really good was the ending battle. But
yeah, I think the cast looks cool, and like I think it's gonna work. I don't know.
they've been working on a show for like 7 years or something like
Mhm.
that. It better be good.
And Netflix did pretty good with One Piece. That show was good. I really enjoyed it. So I don't know. I feel like they got it. I'll watch it for sure.
And then also next month on Netflix, they got Rebel Moon, which is basically if Zack Snyder wrote Star Wars, made a Star Wars film. So I'm excited for that. We've talked about this, Drew. Come on. I wanted to do a movie review on it on the podcast, but
let's do it.
Who knows? It looks pretty.
When does it come out?
December 22nd.
What's our calendar?
I think 22nd. Yeah. We got it. I don't know. We'll have to see. Because like the first trailer that they released for that, it was like, dude, this is exactly like Star Wars.
Yeah. I looked at. Yeah.
And then the second trailer, they just added the trailer last week or whatever,
Mhm.
and it looked a lot different than the first trailer. Like it was
Oh,
less
really?
like Star Wars. It was more like Guardians of the Galaxy type thing, but not as comical. But who knows? We'll watch it and we'll see if we want to do a review on it. But it looks pretty cool.
Okay. Well, and also if you guys watch it and you guys want us to do a review on it, let us know.
Maybe that'll be the Q&A. You want us to
Yeah.
do a review of Rebel Moon?
It's either going to be that question or should Lucy and Grace do a breakdown of Ewoks with you?
Well, I can do a poll and I can do a question, so we can
Yeah.
maybe I'll do that.
Double it up.
Double it up.
Well, now that we're in, what's the next voicemail? What do we got?
All right, next up, someone we haven't heard from in a long time, but used to
Ooh.
send in quite regularly back in the day, Cody. So I believe he has a question and a joke for us.
Oh,
So it's a little choppy, and so you gotta pay attention to the joke because you might miss the line. But let's take a listen to Cody's voicemail.
Hey Empire Radio, Cody here. I just finished listening to the Cowl episode and got me thinking about a question. What was your favorite thing that happened during COVID times? Mine was probably getting to wear my Stormtrooper helmet everywhere I went. And secondly, I got a joke for you guys. What did Shin say when her master left her? Are you bailing on me?
That's. I hope he made that up. That was good.
yeah.
What did Shin say when her master left her? Are you bailing on me?
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's actually
That's a good joke. That's a
funny
good Star Wars
because
joke.
he totally bailed on her.
Yeah.
His name's Balin. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, he did. And she got stranded there.
She's gonna get all buddy with Ahsoka and Sabine.
You don't think she's going to get buddy with all those?
Well, there's gonna be conflict, and they're gonna let bygones be bygones, and they're gonna work together. Like
To beat up Balin.
and they're gonna run into Balin again. Like maybe they're gonna try and stop Balin from releasing Abeloth or whoever is up there.
Yeah, whatever is going on in that.
Oh man, it's gonna be like
Dark
2
Jar
years before
Jar.
we get an answer to that, but whatever.
Or more.
But his question: what was our favorite thing that came out of COVID era? What did we like? What did we do that during COVID that we liked the most or enjoyed the most? He said he has his stormtrooper helmet that he used to wear, so that was like his mask, his stormtrooper helmet.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
That's cool. Drew, what about you? Was there anything in 2020, 2021 that you enjoyed doing that was a result of COVID?
I would say this podcast, but we started it like literally like a month before.
Yeah.
Or a little bit more.
Yeah. Like 6 weeks before COVID lockdown started.
So probably keep doing this was a big one. I cooked a lot. Like everyone else.
Because you didn't work, right? Because
I worked until noon. Oh, that was the best, dude.
Half days.
My work schedule was so nice. I worked half days until like noon. And then I was like, because I was still on unemployment, it was so many people had so many issues, and it's hard to like say, but I enjoyed a lot of it. Like it would have been rough though, probably with like a kid, but it was like right before we didn't even have Miles yet or anything, and then I got paid to do half days, and then half the time I didn't even do it. And then we went to Florida and like rented a house and like quarantined ourselves around a pool for like a week and like literally didn't do anything. So that was good. And my wife was fortunately able to work remote anywhere at that time. So
Cool.
probably
Well,
that.
I did a lot of. That's when I started doing baking because I was bored. So doing a lot of baking. Every weekend I do something new. Like I did that for like I don't know, like 4 or 5 months straight, and starting in 2020, like every weekend I'd make something new that I'd never tried before, like whether it was a cookie or a bread or whatever, like some new recipe that I could learn something new how to do. So that was fun. I was happy that I got my KitchenAid
Yeah, you got your
stand mixer.
mixer.
So that was a $500 mixer that was on sale for $250 at Best Buy.
Freaking good
And
deal.
I'm like, I'm never going to get a deal like this ever again on
Mm-hmm.
the best brand of stand mixers out there. So I bought that, and I
Those
still
things
use
are so
it.
good. I think Steph got one too that year from my parents. They're really good. I wish Steph would
They
use her more, but
they make life a lot easier, especially if you're making dough with
Mhm.
yeast in it. Like kneading dough, I suck doing that by hand, but
with that thing, it just
you just turn it on, dump everything in there, and you're good to
let her
go after
roll.
like 20 minutes or whatever, and
Yeah.
it's way better. So
I remember our housemate at the time bought a deep fryer, and then I just deep fried everything.
oh,
It was so bad, dude. Probably gained so much weight during COVID, but it was. I even deep fried like peanut butter and jellies, like everything, bro.
what the heck?
It was awesome.
All right, well, thank you, Cody. It's good to hear from you.
Yeah,
Send more voicemails in.
keep
Say
them
hi in
coming.
Discord a little more often. He lives like on a farm, does farming or whatever, and it's like we see like
Oh,
people that like
really?
animals and farm
That's
life
awesome.
and stuff. So
That's cool.
I love seeing all those pics that he posts in the Discord once in a while. But next up, Garrett. So you missed last week. So he made his way to Ilum because remember Luke Skywalker told him to go to Ilum,
Oh yeah,
or a Skywalker told him to go.
could be Luke or it could be
Ray.
or a Skywalker.
Ooh, like a Chiss Skywalker.
Yeah,
Ooh, maybe Cheery.
yeah.
But so last week he found a kyber crystal,
Whoa.
and then he found coordinates to a random place in space. And so that's where he left off last week. So we're picking up this week with Garrett. So let's see where the adventure brings him now.
Hey, Empire Radio, it's Garrett. So I followed the coordinates that I found on Ilum to a lone starship in the middle of space where I met a droid named Hu Yang. And he helped me use my crystal and my space powers to make a lightsaber. I've used my space powers before, but I think it would have been easier with my hands. Anyway, let's light this bad boy up. See, nothing crazy, but I guess it'll come in handy. So I have two questions for you. What lightsaber color would you pick if you could, and also what stance would you use? I kind of lean toward dual wield, and I usually go off the Jedi Survivor when asking these questions. The stances are single, dual wield, double bladed, cross guard, blaster stance, and we'll throw in the lightsaber pike just for fun.
All right, cool.
That's
So
a
he
good
uses
question.
his space powers, which he doesn't know yet that it's the Force, but or maybe for copyright reasons he can't say the Force. He
Oh
has to
yeah.
say space powers. Um, but it's two questions: what blade of
Color.
color blade, and then kind of what kind of lightsaber, basically. Single, dual, double bladed, whatever one else you threw in there. um, mine is yellow saber color. I for whatever reason, the last few years I've really liked yellow blades. I think they're way
The
cooler than the
cards, huh?
blue or green. Those are boring to me now. But the yellow ones are always cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Ag-
and I would probably wield two lightsabers.
Yeah. I think I would do wield, and I think I would do purple. Either
Cool.
purple or go to the dark side and do red, but I think purple.
Or maybe a reddish orange like Balin. That'd be
No,
kind of cool.
that would be cool though.
All
But
right,
you got to
cool.
support the Vikings, man. And
I don't care about the Vikings.
how dare you?
This is football. Like, I root for them. I hear they're doing pretty good the last few weeks.
You would be super excited if we won the Super Bowl.
I would. If they go to Super Bowl, I'll cheer for them. Like, I'll root for them in the playoffs.
And we'll
But
cry
like,
when they lose together.
I wouldn't cry at all. I wouldn't care.
Oh, I would. If we go to the Super Bowl and lose, oh, it would be rough. Be a rough weekend.
What if it was?
Kansas?
Can it be Kansas versus Minnesota?
Yeah, it can.
So either way, you're sad, and either way, you're happy.
I think so. Like Kansas has won 2 now in the last like 3 years. They're going to be in the Super Bowl this year, probably. But I feel like I would be way more sad if the Vikings were at a Super Bowl in my lifetime because they've never been to the Super Bowl in my lifetime. The closest ever was in 09 when we should have won against the Saints and got to the Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
but you can't forget back in, was it 98? Whatever, when Gary Anderson missed a field goal.
Oh,
That
no,
would
I
have sent
know.
us to a Super Bowl. Like, you can't forget about that one.
I was also
One of
like
the best kickers in the history of the NFL. Never missed a thing all
5 years
season.
old. Oh,
And the
yeah.
last seconds of the game to send us to the Super Bowl.
I was so young though. I don't like. But funny enough, How I Met Your Mother, they mentioned that.
Gary
Have you seen
Anderson.
How I Met Your Mother?
No.
Like one of the main characters in that is from Minnesota, from Bemidji, Minnesota, to be exact.
Way
And
up there.
he's like really tall too. It's kind of funny because he looks like a Viking. Like it works really well. And like they go to like this bar in New York that's a Minnesota Vikings bar in New York, and like they all like, well, don't mention this date, and they're like, I hate, like it's really funny. Like the whole thing is really funny. It's like so Minnesota. They all have like really thick Minnesota accents, which like we don't feel like we have accents. Like, would you say that there's a Minnesota accent?
I think the further north you get,
Yeah.
but I think down here is just a generic American accent.
Yeah. Because I went past Bemidji where I went hunting, and everyone I talked to had like the thickest, it was like so stereotypical what everyone makes fun of Minnesota accent is. They had it. It was so crazy.
Well,
was like,
when I lived in LA for my college internship in 2012, I was there and my parents came and visited me, and my one of my like co-interns that I worked with, Mariah, was from Michigan but like lived in like Switzerland with
Oh,
because her
wow.
dad worked there. Like, so like she was basically this Michigan whatever. But
Mhm.
like she met my mom, and Mariah was like,
She
thought
has
my
an
mom
accent.
was from a foreign country or something. She thought my mom's accent was like the thickest accent she's ever heard in her entire life.
Really?
I'm like, what? Like, people make fun of Minnesotans for like how we pronounce certain words,
Yeah.
but like I wouldn't say there's really an accent that's like as common as people think.
It's not like a southern accent,
No.
but when you go up north, it is pretty.
And usually that Minnesota accent that people think we have is more of like a North Dakota accent. Like a Fargo,
Yeah.
North Dakota, South Dakota type of thing. But yes, lightsaber stances. I don't know how we got whatever. But yeah, so Garrett, that's excited that you made your lightsaber. You have space powers.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what's going to happen next?
Let us know next week.
Let us know next week. Or in 2 weeks, actually. You got 2 weeks to rock next week.
To
But
be strong in the space powers.
Space powers. Space Force.
May the space powers be with you.
All right, cool. Next up, we got one from Nate Keeney, who we usually only hear from him in the Spotify Q&A, but he sent in some voicemails once in a while. So he has a really quick one. Really, this is one of the shortest voicemails we've ever had. I think it's 8 seconds. So,
Oh, wow.
with this quick question, Ready, go.
Hey Empire Radio, this is Nate. Since it's November, I'm wondering what is your favorite Thanksgiving dish? Anyways, thanks for making great content. Bye.
All right, cool.
Love the
Favorite?
voicemail. Got right there. No lollygagging. It
Yeah.
was good. Solid voicemail.
So, question: favorite Thanksgiving dish? Drew, is it your
Pumpkin
turkey?
pie. No, pumpkin pie. All day, every day.
Dude, pumpkin pie is way overrated.
Oh, 100%. What, are you a sweet potato pie kind of guy?
I remember your mom used to make sweet potato pie,
Everyone remembers my mom's sweet potato pie.
and I used to like that. But it's still very similar to
It tastes the same.
tastes the same. But like
Are you a pecan guy?
pie, no, definitely not. If I were like pies in general, I'm not a big fan of. But like I like an apple pie. Everyone likes an apple pie. But like I'll eat like a wild, like a multi-berry,
Multiple berry pie.
like that's fine. Like with
what about
like
peach pie?
I'm sure I'd like peach pie. But like I'd rather have like a French silk pie or like a key lime pie.
Really?
But
I'd rather have like apple crisp.
that's apple pie. Same thing.
No, but it's like the crunch of the apple crisp. I haven't had apple crisp this year. I'm kind of missing out. I had like half of a pumpkin pie yesterday, actually.
Half a pie?
It was my dinner, you know?
Oh gosh.
That was good.
So you like apple pie? I always look forward to when I can eat the turkey heart. That's the best part of the whole turkey.
Really?
Dude, it's
I don't
only the
think I've
size
ever
it's only the
eaten
size of a quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually really it's dark meat. It has a different texture than you're used to, and it just tastes really good. The gizzard, it's hit or miss. Sometimes those are super rubbery and they're not that great, but when they're not, like when there's like a good muscle, those are really good. But
that would have been the last thing I think you would have, like, I don't know. That's the most adventurous food.
that's a muscle. It says meat.
Yeah, but I don't think I would have ever thought you would have ate it.
Well, now, like the liver is disgusting. Like liver is disgusting. Turkey liver is no.
I've never even had it.
Yeah, don't.
I've never even had a turkey heart.
Just have the heart this year. Well, wait, I don't
should.
know the way you cook it. I don't know if you can.
True. Well, can I just cook it, fry it on the side?
No, you gotta like bake it like in the because you can't just like put on a frying pan with some oil and no, it doesn't.
Why
work
not?
like that.
Just sear it
I
up
don't think
a
it
little
works
bit.
like that. But
I got some ducks in the fridge I might cook up too. And figure out what I'm gonna do.
But anyway, my
I
family.
need to make you my turkey.
Who's all that? You making it just for your family side or what?
I'm making two at the same time. I'm making one for my parents, and then as soon as it's done, we're leaving there and then going to my in-laws, and then we pretty much hang out there all day. But like I like brine them both, spatchcock them, smoke them, and then like every 15 minutes add butter to it constantly, and it's like you open it up and just like.
Do you put butter under the skin?
Oh, yep. You open it. Yep. You slice into it and it just leaks out. Like, it's so juicy.
I can't do that, dude. All that butter is. I don't like butter like on stuff. Like I think butter's
See,
disgusting.
that's what I'm talking about. You don't like butter, but you like chicken heart, turkey heart.
Dude, butter. I can't do. I don't put it on toast. I don't put it like on like vegetables. Like I can't. It's just. It will make me gag. I couldn't.
Really? Okay, then never mind. Don't have my.
Now, if it's in, maybe it'll be fine. Like in a turkey, I don't know. I've never had butter.
You don't taste the butter. It's more just to make sure the turkey doesn't taste dry. And every year, people are like, I hate turkey because it's dry. You know, like turkey's always like really dry, and they always just like add everything on top of it to make it taste decent. Right. I grew up hating turkey until I got a smoker, and now I figured it out.
Cool. Well, anyway, back to the question. I would say, like, the thing that we do in my family on Thanksgiving and Christmas is poppy seed bread, which
Ooh.
is nothing. It's this mix from a can. This one brand makes this poppy seed filling mix, and you just roll out bread dough, put it in, split it over, roll it up, let it rise, and then bake it. And so it's like you're getting like a store, like a brand named mix. So it's not like from
Hmm.
scratch, but it's always the hit every
Every year.
Thanksgiving and Christmas. And it's the only time we make it, and it's always what I look forward to. But like, I've thought about like trying to like make it from scratch, like make the filling from scratch, but like I have no idea what it is. Like you see some
Hard to look
recipes,
up a
it's
recipe.
I've tried looking it up, but it's like recipes that you find are only like some of them are like almond paste and others are like this corn syrup.
Mm,
But like that's not what the ingredients are on
the can.
the can. It just says like spices and sugar or whatever. Like you don't
Have you ever
know.
like looked up the can and then looked up like someone making their version of that on
I've
YouTube?
tried looking at it.
There's not a thing.
No.
Not popular enough. I
So
remember my aunt always made what's it called? Wild rice. But she always added like berries, like dried berries in it. And it was so good. It was like my favorite thing.
probably cranberries if I had to
Yes,
guess.
it was cranberries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you, Nate. It's good to hear
Yes.
from you. But that is everything for tonight. So let's go over some socials and we can get out of here. So if you want to connect with Empire Radio more than just listening, go click the link in the description, the links.co/Empire Radio, link spelled with two I's. Click that landing page for everything: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, fan email, link to send a voicemail. If you've never sent in a voicemail, love to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Discord invite. If you want to join a Discord, a lot of fun. It's fall time, Christmas time, so people get excited for that kind of stuff. We do during Christmas time. We do the 12 Christmas questions that I post every year. It's a tradition, and
Did you
so
guys already start the Secret Santa thing?
oh yeah,
Is
it's
it
all done.
too late to sign up?
Too late to sign up.
Oh.
You snooze, you lose. So we're doing that too. So gifts are supposed to be received by this coming Monday. That's
Oh
the
wow.
goal. And then we'll have to plan where all of us can get on a video call and open gifts.
So
But
next year, if you're listening to this,
yep. So
I gotta do it next year.
Discord's a
You gotta
lot of
remind
fun.
me.
Yeah.
Remind
Well,
me to do
maybe
it.
you should hang out on the Discord a little bit more
Yeah.
often and
I
get
meant to
those.
do it this year. I just totally spaced out.
Well, there's always next year. But yeah, so I'm excited to see. I don't know who has me, so I'm excited to see what. I haven't gotten it yet, so hopefully they don't. Hopefully it gets here soon. But yeah, so join the Discord. It's a lot of fun. Also, there's a link to needlesslynerdy.com, which is an entertainment network that we are part of. All kinds of nerdy content over there, podcasts, articles. So go check that out. It's a lot of fun there. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
Anything else, Drew?
Nope. That's it on me.
All right, cool. Well, you've been listening to another Ewok-tastic episode of Empire Radio. I'm Jeremiah.
I'm Drew.
And may the Force be with you.
Always.